that Nicole Louise did not try at all. Penny Sater. One of the classic zero-effort episodes was the appearance.
Bro, they just moon us. Yeah, I just see her, let's say, her other lips. Say, to another video. Well, I can't say welcome back to another video. It's been a long time. I tried to make a death battle video like last week, but it was blocked by Rooster, so I said skip it. I kind of wanted to try to react to something else, But yeah, I'm out of the mess. I know my room's a little bit messy, and it's a new room because I moved early January, I want to say. So yeah, don't mind all this, just mess, if you will. Mess. But yeah, we're watching the most ignorant stars on my 600-pound life. I guess while we were reacting to this, I can tell you my story. When I used to be somewhat obese, this could have happened to me, but I just tell you once we go with this. Let's get into it.
Earthly God, and that's what I mean.
Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you are sleeping. It is definitely a great privilege for many patients to go through a drastic weight loss on my 600-pound life. Though Dr. Now is an expert in weight loss and diet planning, but some of the obese patients just aren't as grateful as others who succeeded. So from cheating on their diet plan to being oddly rude to the show's host, we are going to take a look at the most ignorant stars of my 600-pound life. James King. James King weighed in at a whopping 790 pounds when he arrived on the show, and he was actually the heaviest person to ever be featured on the show at the time. Not only this, he also had a severe case. Not only featured on the show at the time.
God, ooh, that right there is painful. Yeah. I'm just like, I don't see how y'all can that is, they let themselves get that bad. Once my legs start looking like that, yeah, I guess it's time for a change.
Not only this, he also had a severe case of a painful skin infection, cellulitis. Additionally, for his well-being, King's family had made some huge sacrifices, which included his daughter dropping out of school to take care of him, and his father also refinanced his home. So
that wouldn't work in my family. We kind of tough love. Like I ain't dropping out of school because you decided you don't want to move around, just eating and sitting around. We'll nip that in the bud real quick. Like, nigga, you better start moving around. Stop sitting there. But can't really judge. I'm just saying how I'm seeing it from my point.
So he could get him to Houston. Do you know? James was one of those patients who were very delusional about their current health situation and didn't really help out that his wife supported this from James. In fact, while he was in the hospital under Dr. Now's supervision for his weight loss plan, his wife would bring James high-calorie foods that he requested. She was the one who was sneaking the food inside behind Dr. Now's back when he was in the hospital to make some positive changes. Therefore,
you know why she was doing it? I think she had like a health thing, like health insurance, whatever. Life insurance isn't that what is it called? Yeah, she had a big life insurance out on. She's like, yeah, keep eating, my dear.
Instead of losing weight, he kept gaining weight very, very fast. Even when Dr. Now started helping King, he actually weighed in at 840 pounds. Dr. Now finally got to know what was going on and even told the couple, James and Lisa, that he found out that she was sneaking in food for James when was in the hospital bed, of course. But James, being manipulative and delusional, tried to play this off. Not just that, he even cussed out Dr. Now and stated rudely that he had no idea why he was gaining so much weight. So eventually Dr. Now told him to leave the program if he wasn't willing to continue.
Just looking at them legs so painful as hell.
But on his follow-up episode, things had not seemed improved, and just last year, on 3rd April 2020, James King unfortunately passed away.
Yeah.
Sheni Murray. Sheni Murray was first introduced to the viewers on My 600-Pound Life. She went through.
Also noticed something with, big people faces, when they eat, when they get to a certain weight, they start having that midget face. Little people that got a certain type of face type, you get that face type. Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Deeply sad and tragic incidents, such as she had 2 miscarriages. In fact, her story was definitely one that made people feel pity for. That extreme experience she had can be extremely traumatic to not just to her but for her partner as well. Sheni started gaining drastic amounts of weight like many people on the show at a very young age just after she was sexually abused by her cousin. During these dark times, she turned to food as a way to comfort, but there was hope when Murray went to Dr. Now to seek his help, so she could get both her life and her weight back under control. But also she seemed unwilling and unable to stop her compulsively bad overeating habits. And as we all can guess that this sort of attitude did not turn out well. Despite all of her claims of gaining water weight, Dr. Now pointed out it was clearly not the case, and due to her delusional behavior, Murray was never approved for weight loss surgery. In fact, she continued to go against Dr. Now's advice and started eating countless foods and junk. Therefore, she ended up gaining too much weight and eventually ended up dropping out of the show and leaving. Janine Mueller. On My 600-Pound Life show, Janine's time was totally crazy. Between the arguing sessions with Dr. Now and her continued munching on fast food all day, her weird episodes definitely had some memorable and hilarious moments. For instance, once on a motorized scooter, she even went through a drive-thru so she could order a 20-piece chicken nugget meal. Yes, you heard it right. Dr. Now actual weight loss plan for
Kind of like Patrick right there. How do I thumb? Like a thumb right there. Let's see. I'm wrong.
Janine was that she should try to lose a pound every day, but Janine being Janine began only losing about a pound a week. 20-piece chicken nuggets are much more important than her health, right? Due to her non-serious attitude and unwillingness, Dr. Now really started losing faith in Janine, especially when she told him that she didn't even want to eat, because obviously it was a crystal clear white lie, as she should expect this to be a good problem, not bad for her. However, Janine was pretty ignorant and rude to Dr. Now. She never seemed to follow his advice, but still, she ended up somehow losing 120 pounds, which is crazy. But still, she was not one of the most likable people to be a part of the show. So that's why I have to give Janine a spot on this list today. Stephen Asante. This contestant was most likely one of the most memorable guests to appear on My 600-Pound Life, due to the many controversies which actually took place when he was in the show. Stephen was a morbidly obese man who appeared on the show alongside his twin brother Justin, who actually came on the show as he also needed to lose his weight. However, towards the doctors, Stephen became the face of his own
That just look beautiful. That's my cat just chasing the tail like a dog.
rebellion and rudeness, as well as his ongoing battle with drugs. On the show, Stephen suffered a huge setback just after he was caught trying to obtain opioids while he was on the show. Well, due to that incident,
and drugs. Damn, look at that front butt. Ooh, front butt. Look at that dussy.
stealing the pain medications, he was surely kicked out of the weight loss program and forced into rehab for treatment. But that decision made Stephen start to gain more weight, and at the last, he ended up reaching a whopping 750 pounds. He still continued to try and persuade the doctors to allow him to get weight loss
They ain't had to flash me like that. I had to see all that.
surgery. However, despite all this odd and strange behaviors of him, but overall, he was definitely one of the most rude and ignorant patients to appear on the show for sure. Angela Gutierrez. It was almost apparent that Angela had been through a lot when she was first introduced to my 600-pound life's audience. Because, due to child endangerment and attempting to take her own life, she lost custody of her children. Not just that, to cope with her negative feelings and to deal with this incident, Gutierrez started binge eating and gaining weight from it. She weighed in at 608 pounds by the time she went to Dr. Now's place to seek his help with her ex-boyfriend. Although, the most interesting thing about her case was that she had already undergone weight loss surgery once in her life before that. It means she had met with unsuccessful surgery before, you can say. She simply didn't try her best and therefore gained all her weight back. But this time, Dr. Now assigned her to lose her weight by following the strict diet regime he made for her. But despite all of his struggles and efforts,
at least she can walk. Most of the time in their shows, they can't even walk.
She completely failed by not even bothering to follow Dr. Now's advice or diet routine. So I think we all can say that she failed her first surgery and may be going back for another one to be failed at. But this time, if you ask me, then I would say that this time she should have been a bit more motivated and prepared, because it seems she fell back into Nicole Louise. Nicole Louise already weighed an unbelievable 680 pounds at just 23 years of age. Not just that, she claimed that
this could have been me. This could have been me.
Despite her efforts to try and lose weight, she was way too big to even take care of her own kids. In fact, there was a scene where she was hosed down by her husband to bathe because of her immobility.
He had the strength that I would have believed him.
That's how you can guess how things were not going well, although she tried her best. When Nicole started getting bigger, that was the time when she decided to see Dr. Now. Actually, her situation had gotten to the point where she not only feared for her life, but when she first arrived on the show, fear for her kids growing up around her increased. Nicole even had to rely on her own mother and 2 kids in order to get anywhere, as she had trouble walking around. To even get fit through the bathroom door in her house, she was too big for that, and therefore, she had to use a portable toilet in her own room. But despite this sort of condition, she didn't get motivated to stop eating.
They say you ain't embarrassed to go outside and go to show guilt like that. Man, I couldn't do it. I guess I'll save it to the end. Talk about my story of when I was big, but I wasn't like that big. I was close.
Eating and ended up gaining weight. Not just that, on her way to Houston to see Dr. Now, she was caught eating a Big Mac and fries in hope to help Nicole to lose 30 pounds for surgery. Dr. Now tried to tell her to stop and put her on a very strict diet. Nicole seemed to definitely struggle and even missed her and her husband's struggles to find a new job. To help cope with their feelings, she ate cheeseburgers during her diet. And since then, things continued to go downhill by that time. Now it's safe to say that Nicole Louise did not try at all. Penny Sater. One of the classic zero-effort episodes was the appearance.
Bro, did they just moon us? Did I just see her, let's say, her other lips? Let's say, we did not need to see that. Just moon me like a mother.
Of the Penny Sater in Season 2. On her episode, she got famous as a speaker of a famous line, "Nobody told me I had to lose weight when I got here." Well, she only lost about 35 pounds throughout her entire episode and was seen still sneaking food into the hospital despite getting gastric bypass. Therefore, I can say that she literally made zero effort to change her lifestyle, even getting up or moving. Even she had to be transported by a whole team for her checkup when she started skipping doctor's appointments. Well, at that point, she should have been walking and down to 250 pounds at the end of it all. But despite that, she somehow still managed to fool herself by claiming all that a personal victory. Dr. Now accused her of being delusional for refusing to follow the exercise and diet regime and because of rigidness. She also went against all the suggestions and left the show eventually by moving to Maryland. Dr. Now even claimed that Penny's food addiction would not take much time and kill her in the future. Well, that's all, guys, for today. With most
Jesus. But yeah, pretty much my story was how should I start it? I guess I can start when I did my sports physical. high school. At that time, I was like 5'5" in height. They said, and I weighed like 220 something pounds. Now I was in denial because the doctor told me that was fucking. I was obese. I was some. No, I'm not. This is all muscle. Unbelievable. Then fast forward to like goddamn graduation in high school. I was going to college. I pretty much I stopped doing like football and shit. So I was just sitting around eating. I used to eat like two whole pieces, frozen pieces a day. Like 2 liters of pop a day. I was drinking it to the point where I didn't even feel the fizz. I was just drinking that shit. And then let's just say it got to the point where when I tried to drink water, that shit was hurting. Like it didn't taste right. It's like, I can't have it. So I just kept drinking like juice and pop. And one day, on my birthday, I had to go to the hospital because I was eating up and shit. And my auntie, she let me use her diabetic needles. You know, when they check their blood. And when I checked my shit said, it didn't give me a number, it said high. It was super high. I was like, ooh. Come to find out, I ended up getting like type 2 diabetes. And I'm skipping a lot. Before that, I used to be big, whatever. Then all of a sudden, I got like super skinny. I had a big ass head. Anybody, none of my clothes could fit on me. And come to find out I had type 2 diabetes. But it was in the form of that diabetic ketoacidosis, whatever. And the doctor said the reason that it was hard for me to drink water is because most of my blood was turning acidy. And so they said also, luckily I survived because I was in the ICU and everything. I went to like a hospital in Chicago because big cat. Because I'm from Chicago, whatever. Passed out when they was trying to put a cadaver in me. Next thing I blacked out. Woke up in a new hospital in ICU, but that's what happened. That's why I'm confused. Most of these people got diabetes, but I'm like, so how come they diabetes they make them skinny like it did me? I probably put up some pictures of how I used to look, how big I was. I had a fatty, big ass. Oh, but yeah, you know, that's somewhat my weight loss story. You know, trying to get more weight loss. I'm trying to build muscle because I did have muscle. I think this, and I'm done rambling for now. I hope the video was somewhat entertaining. See you guys later. I'm gonna try to be consistent, but no promises right now because I still work a full-time job. But yeah, see you guys later.